seated. My guest for this afternoon has been appointed to the Ghana Pilgrims board as the Director of Communications. And so, Alhaji Amin Lamte is my guest this afternoon. Alhaji,
Jeffrey,
thank you very much for joining me.
Missing you.
So long.
You've been my teacher when it comes to financial news in this country.
Alhaji,
I'm happy to be here.
That's
Unfortunately for me, we're not talking
that.
about financial, we're rather talking about Hajj pilgrimage.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
You look
good to see you. Alhaji, I'm happy to see you.
I'm also excited to see you.
You have been, again, a teacher. Let me also borrow
I'm
your
not a
words.
teacher, I'm a student of knowledge.
I mean, for a lot of up-and-coming journalists, for a lot of up-and-coming people in communication, PR practitioners, and so on and so forth, most of them have looked at you with your experiences right up to 2017 when you were on the Hajj board, how you used to meet us briefly, talk to us briefly, how everybody felt comfortable around you. We keep our phones with you, we call you every now and then, and all of the issues that would happen in Saudi, you were just there for us. Is it because you're a journalist?
Oh, first of all, Kwesi, I'm really happy to be here. Thanks so much to your production team and then those watching us and those also monitoring us on social media and those also listen to us. Kwesi, I think that let me thank you for seeing you because I've been monitoring you from afar. Today I'm closer to you. I mean, you're trying to chronicle event of what some of us did a couple of years ago with the Hajj board. I think that the most important thing is when you develop a clean heart and you understand what God has bestowed on you as a professional. So you and I veered into journalism. Yes, we love it. We have passion for it. But naturally, you could clearly see that we have some instincts that God has given us professionally. So for me, being part of the communication team of the Hajj board a couple of years ago, I've learned on the job, and I also try to demonstrate that I'm a journalist, apart from that as a PR practitioner, as a communicator. So it's all about trying to be very, very effective in your communication. How do you manage information? And there is one thing in journalism that we need to consider: minimizing harm. Yeah, I may see something that is newsworthy, but as a communicator, as a journalist, I need to minimize harm. I need not to report about it. So ethically, it was something that guided me during those days till date. Fortunately, today, having said all about...
Congratulations to you for the appointment.
Thank you so much.
With all of that coming up, now you are the boss.
I'm
Right
not
now.
really the boss.
No, you are the boss. I mean, for us, those of us who will be speaking to you every day about what's happening.
I'm grateful. I'm honored with this inspiring message.
But how do you do it? Beyond the communications, you are also more like an organizer. We see you here, we see you there. Apart from talking to the media, you're making sure things happen. I mean, from the experiences that we have with you, you're at everywhere, making sure the process is seamless. Supporting, of course, the board itself and all of. How do you do these things?
I could see it's all about proactive leadership. I could see you are seated live on television, and most of the things you are seeing is often you are seeing it, extempore. We were not reading from anything. It's because before you came, you prepared for it. So in leadership, you need to be very proactive. Okay, when you are proactive, you know what to do at what time. There are situations that you need to delegate responsibility. You need to develop a system of check and balances. So being a leader in a department, you must also consider what we call interdepartmental communication.
Super.
Maybe the chief executive officer, we have the general secretary, we have director of operations, we have communications director, we have this, we have that. So as a communicator, you need to understand that there must be that kind of interdepartmental communication. If I'm going to talk about my boss, how am I going to say it? If I'm going to talk about issues related to financial management, how am I going to say it? So I can see that is what I normally do. And sometimes I'm always ready to learn on the job. So sometimes I try to lean on constructive criticism instead of destructive criticism. There are people that if you are engaging them in anything, you need to demonstrate what we call diplomatic communication.
Yes.
As an expert in PR, I could see when I'm dealing with you, sometimes I need not to just look at you and start saying everything instantaneously. I need to apply some diplomatic communication. And that is why sometimes when I listen to some of our brothers and sisters who are into corporate entities, if you listen to their communication, I think that they need to come back again.
They
have
need to come back
because in corporate communication, there are a lot of things that I see these days. And fine, yesterday you were a politician, today you've been appointed. Your communication style must change. But I see a lot of things that I wouldn't want to get into that. So I could see it all boils down to be a good learner. You don't correct your correctors. I could see you could be my corrector, regardless.
No, you are a lecturer.
No, I know. I could see, but
let's place it.
Do you know that when I entered and you started a preamble? Yes, I've been a host before. I've been a broadcaster, but I can tell you that I've learned something from you, and that is how it should be. When you go to Saudi Arabia, you meet a lot of people from different countries, and their style of communication is not the same as yours. And that is where sometimes you need to look at culture identity. Back in Ghana, there could be an issue that affected more than 10 countries. But when you are reporting back to Ghana, it should be different. Not like the way Nigerians report their story, not like the way maybe Egypt, Saudi, whatever. So these are the things that I have learned, and that is what I'm always trying to bring to bear when I'm practicing what I'm doing.
Now you are at the helm of affairs. In fact, you will direct the conversations, you will direct the thought processes of people about the association. What should we expect of you?
No, I think that the good news is that I am grateful that my boss is the same boss. The man who managed me those days, the same person who's back into the saddle. And that is his second coming. I can tell you the second coming is even more difficult than the previous one.
The expectations are high.
Exactly. Even His Excellency, the President, for him to reappoint him again, the expectation is very, very high. But it's manageable. It all depends on how to manage information, how to manage communication, how to make sure that you develop that skills of crisis management. In every crisis, I could see the most important element is number one, crisis analysis. When there is an issue about a pilgrim, or maybe here in Ghana or outside Ghana or wherever, how do you analyze it? Don't just take decision instantaneously. You need to manage the situation, analyze it. After analyzing the crisis, you need to get to the point of managing the crisis.
Yes, please.
Must I come out and say it, or I need to hold it on? And then from there, you move to crisis resolution. These are the things that we're going to do. But I can assure you that my boss, Alhaji Tanko Ibrahim, is such a wonderful personality. And I admire him. And I'm always more or less like trying to serve him with all the required credibility and credibility. Because himself, he has what I call corporate identity. He has corporate reputation.
I love the corporate identity.
The corporate, exactly.
There's a question I'll ask you later on. That's why I'm happy about the description of the corporate identity. I'll come to that point. So please go.
So you see, so really the expectation is very, very high. But I can tell you, engage him with our incoming General Secretary, a graduate with masters, somebody with a very experienced person. I wouldn't want to let the name out now. We do everything by sitting down to analyze, set our priorities, what to say and what not to say. And we make sure that now payment have started before I've started paying. Previously it was 62,000 Ghana. The president has reduced it to 60,000 Ghana, and people are paying into the GCB account that will go into the Pilgrims Affairs Office of Ghana account, and then the process will start. So I could see the expectation is very, very high. But I just want to assure Ghanaians and Muslims in Ghana and beyond to understand that we are out here to do a good job. We need their support. There are individuals that will go masquerading as agents who are not accredited.
Thank you.
All these things will get to
Thank you. It's the same point. How are you going to deal with that? The individuals who would scam people, let me put it that way, or who don't have accreditation from you. So we are getting into the conversation, and we'll begin to take monies from people. How are you going to manage them?
No, we've really corrected that. And one advantage that we have as a board is that Saudi Arabia, they've also changed their system. They have a mechanism that when you go with the visiting visa, you will not be allowed to perform Hajj. That is point one. In the past, people have their own way of falsifying information. When you have an ID card for paid pilgrims. They know how to go and have copies of it and give it to individuals to come and, they will just come and lamp up in your camp. But this time around, all these things will change. So now, even yesterday, I issued out a press statement with the list of 42 accredited Hajj agents. Who can
work on your behalf.
They can work on our behalf. And even now, payment will not be done at the Hajj village. You need to go to our bankers.
Oh, wow.
Yes, even if you're an agent, they will give you a quote.
You won't take cash.
No.
There's no cash.
No. You have a number. They have a code that will give you as an agent accredited. They will cross-check you, verify you, and then before you pay, they have a number that will say that yes, you are the one. You're everything, and then you pay into our account, and that is it. Nobody will come to the Hajj village to say, I'm coming to pay cash to Amil Lam to or pay to the chairman. No, not even our financial officer. You need to go to the bank. So when we receive, the bank would keep us updated. Maybe today 30 people have paid, the next day 40 people have paid, and those who have paid, all we need is to get their passport. We have those that will pay direct, those that will pay through the agent. So when informations are there, we just need your medical.
You have the data. You can be able to work exactly with the data.
We have your data. We work on the data. We have your passport. We have your medical report, and the process will start. When everything is done, if you are a direct payer, then we will communicate with you. We have an officer that will take care of that to get you informed that on this day or that day you are going. Or maybe you've paid all right, but you have a problem. Maybe your medical report is not authentic. You could be rejected. Maybe you've paid, but you have a problem with your passport. There are individuals that could even pay early. But you see, sometimes their passport delay. So when your passport delay, and you are somebody who had paid even at the later stage, but the person has a passport, you will be sidelined, and that person will rather have a chance of going. So these are the processes that will go.
Will the association support in some of these things? I want to go to Saudi. I want to go not as a visitor, but to go and perform Hajj. And I don't have a passport, but I've come to the association. Is there a way to help me out? I have the money. President has magnanimously reduced the amount, so now I can pay. And so I have the money. What will happen? Will you be able to
it's
help?
very simple. Yes, sir. Purely communication. So if you have interest, you want to send your mom, your dad, or anybody, if the person has no passport, it's just about connecting with an accredited agent. The agent, they have a way of dealing with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And because of the Pilgrims Affairs Office of Ghana, we've been giving them some introductory information
That's
that
the point
applying that they can easily get passport. Even with the hard board, they can help to process your passport.
So there is a dispensation,
undoubtedly,
with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Undoubtedly.
So you are coordinating with Ministry of Foreign Affairs and all other institutions that are relevant.
But it depends on when you come, because when you delay,
of course, you can't come late.
Exactly.
I
agree. It is there for you.
I agree. So when is the next Hajj beginning?
Oh no, the Hajj it begins, I think, 2026. Yes. We all know the period. It's quite a bit dicey for me now to put it out. I know in the days to come.
But people have started paying now.
Oh, they've started paying. Ahead. Because I could see when you start paying early, it helps the Hajj board to know the quantum. Because our quota from Saudi is 6,782.
I was going to ask how many people you are expecting for this
6,782. So when you pay on time, they will know that our quota, we have just about 10%, 20% to go.
Yes.
They will know how to go about it.
Yes.
But if you don't pay on time, it really stuffs the Hajj board. Well, there are certain financial input that we need to facilitate the process. So if you delay in paying, it really brings a lot of challenges.
Disrupts your facilitation and the processing.
Absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes.
Because we don't have anybody pre-financing. In other jurisdictions, you may have somebody coming out as a Muslim. I know Muslims, our target is 6,782. You may have somebody coming out to tell Alhaji Ibrahim, Tonko Ibrahim, that, you know what, I'm going to dole out this amount of money. You can start the process. Maybe afterwards, I will come for the money. There are situations that maybe sometimes too, if you have a very good individuals who can engage our bankers who are very sure that people will pay, they can go ahead and help us to pre-finance certain things for now. Maybe after everything, then they can claim their money.
As the Pilgrims Association of Ghana, are there challenges you are faced with currently?
There are challenges, numerous challenges. But the challenges did not start today. It started even before we had our independence under Nkrumah. There were so many challenges. Where I can even talk about when it came to our former head of state, Ike Achampong. These were those days when Ghanaians traveled to Saudi. For Makkah, when they returned, their luggage and their things were confiscated from them by the military.
Yes.
You know, when it got to the period of J.J. Rawlings, he started, shaping up. When it came to during, Professor J. Moss, that was the time that he introduced the current president, John Dramani Mahama, to take care of Hajj processes. And they remember those days, Ghanaian Muslims will go, you see them, being manhandled at the airport and
in fact, sleeping
exactly
around the airport with the mats, the
exactly.
people that come from Tamale,
exactly.
Bolga. You would see them, there is no accommodation.
There is no accommodation.
There is no structure. The dates,
exactly.
They don't have proper dates. So they have come a week ahead.
Everything.
You see the airport.
I could see everything was weird. Everything was done, without any planning. Haphazardly.
Yeah.
And then JDM, John Dramani Mahama, suggested the issue about Hajj Village.
Yes.
And that is where I keep saying that is a game changer. Is somebody who has really come to change the process of Hajj. With the Hajj Village, it started at the Elwak, close to the stadium.
Yes, I remember
and
clearly.
Then moved to the Kalkudi Park.
Yes.
From the Kalkudi Park to the current place.
Airport space.
Airport space. And now he has come out with the ultra-modern Hajj Village, close to where we were.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
So I can see, it tells you that we had a lot of problems. But now for me, having done all the research, being on the board for some time, the basic things that we need to identify to be able to correct some of these abnormalities. Number one, proactive leadership. And now
leadership.
We have, yes.
A lot of people come, forgive me, I'm happy about what you're saying. A lot of people come, we ask them what your problem is. I have written here funding. And their first point is funding. You think it is leadership?
It's not about funding.
Funding will be a problem.
No, funding will be a problem.
But for you think that it is leadership.
I can see if you are funding and you are poor leadership, what will happen?
Of course, you will mess up.
Exactly. So it's all about proactive leadership. And all the leaders who came to serve on the Hajj, they are all proactive. But it depends on their game plan. It depends on their fortitude. You see, Honorable Alhaji Ibrahim Tanko,
yes,
who has been brought back, it all boils down to historical antecedent. And as a communicator, I believe in all those who came and left. I believe in their proactiveness, leadership.
And their expertise.
There's a man that I believe in his proactiveness when it comes to leadership. What to do, what not to do, at what time, and what have you. The second point is effective communication. I can see you were trying to tell me what we did a couple of years ago with the current Hajj board chairman. Yes, it's purely effective communication. Because I was able to identify all the stakeholders, how to communicate with them, how to engage with them, how to make sure that if there are crises, how do we manage the crisis? If there are complaints from stakeholders, especially the pilgrims, how do we manage this crisis and what have you? And the third point is information management. This is one of the areas that we need to look at and be able to make the right things.
For that, we are happy you are there.
Okay.
I mean, for the information management, we are happy that
Very well.
you are back. And so we know that the next Hajj will be seamless.
By His grace. And then the fourth point that you've raised as number one, for me, I don't think it's number one, is financial management. I could see Honorable Alhaji Abdurrauf Tanko Ibrahim, for example. Somebody can decide that, Tanko, I'm giving you money to start the process. It is how he's going to manage the money. Manage it effectively and make sure that he will live up to his own expectation, financial management. And then from the financial management, I could see you come to crowd control. Crowd control not only in Saudi Arabia, right here in Ghana. Then you have the issues about logistics, you have issues about transportation, you have issues about accommodation. So these are the areas that when you identify them and you deal with the right people at the right time, and then you have the right facility, I could see, just develop that element of check and balances. Check and balances that even you as a leader, you need to check yourself. And